Okay, this is Myles. He is Manny's housemate, and he came after Manny, and he's actually the original dog that they signed up. He's 2 years old.
Okay.
And he literally, the wife gave the husband an ultimatum, like, we're getting rid of this dog or we're getting him training. He was surrendered by the owner during COVID. So he wound up at a rescue. It's very rare to see a doodle at a rescue. Non-stop barking, pulling on the leash, jumping, anxiety, basically everything that he learned from Manny. And they said the last week he's been a lot better since Manny's been out of the house.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I remember correctly, Manny was also in a similar state when he got dropped off, which is super, I would say, insecure and probably on the verge of fight or flight, you know? And that's just because he's, I don't know
pulled away from
the
the
background, but I'm imagining they rely heavily on that specific house with those specific reactions to their behaviors to fulfill their confidence. And as soon as they go out to the real world, those responses can be a little different. They recognize it and they feel insecure. That's a fancy way of saying they're underdeveloped, right? They haven't had the proper experiences for them to feel comfortable in their own skin and to understand very common things like, you know, going to somebody's house or going anywhere without your owners. You know, it can be nerve-wracking for any dog, but what I can say from how many dogs we've done, this is more of, I mean, have you seen worse? Yeah. But this is definitely headed towards pretty wonky, right?
Yeah.
Usually a dog will just be kind of fidgety and they forget it. Most dogs just forget about their owners as soon as they get here.
Yeah, they're jumping all over the place, they're whining.
I'm not saying he's thinking about his owner right now. I'm thinking he just doesn't know. He's looking for that familiar comfort, which could be a person, place, or thing, right? And it's not there, but that just shows just how heavily they rely on that, right? Their pack. Which means he's not leader material. The reason why he's struggling is because he says, where's the people and the dog that I'm usually around? He hasn't seen Manny yet. So that's my first pickup is he's nervous, he's shaking.
He's drooling.
He's drooling, all that. What I'm gonna do here in this, I'm gonna obviously start training him, the recall, and hopefully in this session, he can see me as a valid leader that he can follow, which will take that stress down day by day. Who knows, maybe he attaches himself to me like that and that goes away, right? But we also are dealing with a dog who, like Manny, they know the game and they don't want to listen. They know it's about control. They know it's not just about the command that you're giving them. They know it's a hierarchical thing. So if you can influence them in their movement at the time that they don't want to be influenced, that means that you're the leader. So they're going to fight against that, right? But that fight is natural, right? In order for you to kind of win that conversation, and then a dog starts to see you as relevant to listen to. And that's how we're going to get them to listen, all right? So by showing them with experiences. So I'm going to go over there and say hi first, before we start training, just to kind of fill them out. Name again?
Myles.
Myles. Hi, Myles. Get him off the door here. There you go. Try not to put much pressure on him.
When Josh says he doesn't want to put much pressure on him, that's a mistake a lot of people make, is they try to go right up to him, put their hand in his face, and then, oh my gosh, I can't believe he nipped me. And that's a common mistake of people putting way too much pressure on a dog, and the dog's only option to ask for space is to growl or nip.
Especially because he feels kind of cornered right now.
Yeah.
And then also we have to remember, which we remember every day, we're reminded every day, that when we're dealing with a dog who's quote unquote not a biting dog, that's because they've never really been out of the living room, right? Mm-hmm. They never had been put in a situation where they're uncomfortable and then there's no other options and the pressure continues, right? They're kind of living in a little bit of a bubble, right? Mm-hmm. So as soon as, by the way, meeting me at 2 years old shouldn't produce this much stress, right? So we know he's underdeveloped. But me coming in and putting pressure on him, I'm a stranger now, he doesn't know. So I could be scary. And if I start saying, let me start touching you everywhere, that's where we will see flight or fight, right?
He's been acting like this literally since drop off. Like just being in a new place, even with his owner, he was acting like this.
Okay, so that's interesting. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So just being out of the environment,
Yeah.
right? The house, right? I'm sure. So, but guess what? All that nonsense talk that I'm doing, I'm basically just saying this dog needs a leader, right? I'm not saying like we can feed him and we can keep him alive. That's not what I mean. That's nurturing, right? He needs an authority figure. So I'm going to keep him in line in the pack. These are the do's and don'ts. And if you cross those lines, here are the consequences. With consistency. And then a dog looks at you differently. The reason why this is great is because it's great to live with a dog with boundaries and they listen to him. That's awesome. But also the dog sees you as leader, which means they now have a mindset of trying to please you. And if you capture that and say good to that and no to all the other stuff where they're trying to be rambunctious and go against your authority, you get a dog who is, when they're around you, they associate the state of mind to be in is one of, how do I please this person? What did they like yesterday? What did they like in the situation? Versus, how do I keep away from this person and not listen and avoid, going inside or whatever it is, or, so it'll flip the way they look at us. All right. Again, my leg, go ahead and give a little.
Josh had vein surgery the other week, so he has to wear this thing on his leg.
This one's coming, and we're doing this leg today, so you're going to see some, gimpy stuff here.
Tights look good on you, though.
I feel good. Okay. So he's not really moving here. He's kind of frozen here. So.
He's like, what do I do?
All right. We'll start. Myles, how are you today? Good. That's very nice. That's very good. Good. This is more pressure, you can see. Right. If I start going out of sight, let's see what this does. You see that?
He doesn't like that, huh? He's got to keep you in his sight.
That's right.
Yep.
They're all biting. There's definitely biting conversation here. He's definitely, I don't know if he's thinking it consciously, if it's just instinct, but he's saying, don't touch me, let me keep you in my sight, I don't know who you are. That's why the circle is just great. And
all little tests. Yep.
He's got that mirror though.
He says, is that another dog?
I want to touch him just to see how it reacts. Doing this and stuff. Good.
If anyone wonders why Josh carries the tug toy, you're watching it. It's an extension of his arm.
Yeah.
So if a dog's gonna bite, they bite the tug toy and not his hand. Saying, how does he respond to pressure?
I'm just trying to ask. I'm just trying to move freely and expect him to just kind of let me. Good. This is just me feeling him out. Now I know him a lot better. Because he said a couple things to me. He said, I'm gonna bite you. Did anyone see that?
Yeah. Yeah, I was very cautious putting the leash and the collar on, very cautious, because that's like, dogs take cheap shots like that when you're coming into their space and they don't want you to.
When they're very insecure.
Yeah, that's the worst time.
They startle into it and, okay, good.
So now we're gonna ask him to come into Josh's space, and he's not gonna want to. Myles.
Come here.
He says, what's that? Now we're gonna say, here's what you do with it.
Come here.
So at 2 years old, he's definitely heard his owner say, hey, come here. So now we get to tackle, I don't want to.
Hey, Myles. Good.
Good job.
Good.
Praising any sort of attempt at trying something, even if it's the wrong answer. So now we're seeing ignoring. He says, what if I just do nothing? Okay.
Come here, Myles.
Sniffing, so common.
You see common signals all the time. Good. they're just ways to kind of, he's trying to just diffuse the situation. But I'm saying, I don't want you to ignore me, I want you to listen.
Yeah.
It's
Good boy. Good job. So we're praising any sort of something. You know, do something. Don't just stand there.
Come on.
And eventually this is going to get an immediate response from the tone. We're going to have to trim his eye hair too. Can't see.
Exactly.
All that sniffing, that's just, like Josh said, it's calming. Like, hey, if I do this, they'll stop asking me stuff.
It's like active ignoring.
Yeah.
They know. They learn it with each other. They do it to diffuse situations. Like, whoops, I wasn't looking at your thing over there. I was over
I'm
here.
sniffing.
Yeah.
Every dog does it.
I'm peeing or something. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Okay, so it's tone and then pressure and then dialing up and down based on his reactions. This is rep number 1. Okay, maybe I'll sniff my own butt. Anything but listen.
Come here, Mom.
But they're very predictable. We've seen all the responses. Sniffing. He's moved maybe, what, an inch?
Yeah.
Wrong way, so it's gonna go up.
Come here, Myles.
Ignoring.
Good boy.
Nice
Good boy.
job.
Good boy.
See, how do I turn this sensation off? I move.
Good boy. It's off right here. Just
Okay, and then it's gonna go back up.
Come here, Myles.
Going up. Wrong way. So he's getting silent feedback.
Myles.
A lot's
I like
happening.
that he's exploring the room.
Yeah.
But we know he's active ignoring.
Yes. I think he knows that you want
Oh
him to
yeah,
come in. He knows.
And
this is the issue.
Yeah, that's
why I love this protocol, because it goes after the dog's attitude of, I know what you're asking, I don't want to. It makes everything easier after this.
I'm allowing this conversation to be extended to, like Julie said, allowing him to explore. Good.
Yeah, because at least he's trying something.
He's still feeling pressure and he's still going up and all that stuff. But he knows, the reason I'm able to do this, he knows it's related to me and not the objects already, which is pretty cool. I can see that. Come here. Good.
Pressure's on.
Come here, Myles.
Nice.
Good boy.
Good job. And then it turns off when you
Good
say
job.
So you see how? Good boy.
Good job.
Nice work. And then it's going to turn on again if he walks away. Taking in his scent. Okay, he's sniffing him. He's saying this guy might be somebody worth following. Sniffing his face.
Good boy. While he was committed to me for a second, all the panting and all the drilling was gone. He was calm. The shift of should I stay or should I go? Should I be looking for a way out? Should I be fighting this, or should I just follow this guy's direction? Should I commit to him? That's where we're seeing the vibration and all this stuff. Yes, it's insecurity and all that, but as I learn more about him, it's more of like, I'm not committed to this house or a person in this, and I am looking for a way out. And if you push me too far, I'm probably going to fight, right? But just now, he had a glimpse of what it could be. So now he gets options again. So I'm going to move away from him here. Come here, Myles.
Sniffing, ignoring, pressure. Good boy.
Good boy, Myles.
For the movement.
Good boy.
His tail's up higher too. Now.
Confidence a little bit more in how things operate here.
Yep.
Come on, Myles.
Oh, I can't wait to trim your hair around your eyes so you can see me.
Myles.
Good.
Good boy. Good boy. Come here. Come here.
Good.
Good boy. That's really good. Nice job.
A little hustle would be nice.
Come here. Good.
Nice. Good. Taking in the scent, and the pressure all turns off when he's in front of him. Gonna keep going with the recalls. Okay.
Come. You still filming?
Yeah. Wow. Looking up at you, taking your scent. Little things that we notice that should be celebrated.
So what I'm looking for now, because I know the knowledge is there, is I'm looking for a situation where he's purposely disagreeing, and then I'm going to give him a real correction, which I've been holding off on.
Yeah,
right?
being very fair.
But now, when he goes, no, now that he has knowledge, if I produce a real correction, it should produce him coming to me for safety, me saying, good boy, what happened, blah, blah, blah. Sealing a little bit more of a relationship of trust there while building respect for the recall command.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that opportunity, but right now he just listens to it, so let's try it.
Because the correction is going to happen away from you, and then it turns off when he's in front of you, so you're like the super safe place.
Let me take some of your fluff. Stay. Stay. Break.
Woo!
Okay, you good. Good boy.
Hello.
Hello, she's fine. Ooh. That also shows that I'm valuable because the other dogs want my space, and I'm able to say yes or no to this space here. And whoever I'm giving attention to in this space, I keep all the other dogs away. Okay? So now he sees, we've given him a lot of great experiences for our relationship and also some foundational stuff for the training. Alright, now we're going to let you all outside. Okay. Break.